The United States accused Russia at the United Nations on Monday of funding the two warring parties in Sudan, an apparent step up from Washington's previous assertion that Moscow was playing both sides of the conflict to advance its political objectives. The war erupted in April 2023 amid a power struggle between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, ahead of a planned transition to civilian rule, triggering the world's largest displacement and hunger crisis. In November, Russia vetoed a UN Security Council draft resolution that called on the warring parties to immediately cease hostilities and ensure the delivery of humanitarian aid. The remaining 14 council members voted in favor of the text. Russia chose obstruction, standing alone as it voted to imperil civilians while funding both sides of the conflict. Yes, that's what I said. Both sides. The U.S. ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, told the council on Monday, without giving further details. When asked to elaborate, a spokesperson for the U.S. mission to the UN said Washington was aware of Russia's ongoing interest in Sudan's gold trade and condemns any material support for the warring parties, whether it be through illicit gold trading or the provision of military equipment. We believe Sudanese authorities' gold mining cooperation with sanctioned Russian entities and individuals could prove inimical to Sudan's long-term interests and the aspirations of the Sudanese people for an end to the war, the U.S. mission to the UN spokesperson said. In response, Russia's deputy UN ambassador Dmitry Polyansky said, "We regret that the U.S. tries to judge other world powers by its own yardstick. It's obvious that in the Pax Americana, which our American colleagues try to preserve at any price, relations with other countries are built only on their exploitation and criminal schemes aimed at U.S. enrichment," he said. Reuters was unable to immediately contact Sudan's warring parties for comment. In December, Russia's UN ambassador Vasily Nebenzia rejected what he called fabrications spread by Western countries and their media that Moscow was trying to play both sides to gain an advantage from the war. At what she said would likely be her last council meeting, Thomas-Greenfield became visibly emotional while addressing her counterparts on Sudan, a crisis that has been a focus for her during her 4 years at the world body. "For all the disappointment that I couldn't do more, that we, all of us, didn't do more, I still remain hopeful," she said. Hopeful that the representatives sitting around this table, the colleagues who have become friends, will continue this sacred mission, this ultimate responsibility. Thomas-Greenfield was appointed by President Joe Biden. Donald Trump will succeed Biden on January 20th.